Hey there, how there, ho there. Chef Cutter Diamond welcoming you to another ASG golf tournament. This week it's the Earlies in 2010s tour, as in the golfers from the pre-World War II legends taking on being in a group with the stars of the 2010s, and they are at the British Open at the Royal Portrush golf course, where in real life, in a couple of weeks, the British Open, or the Open as it's called known as, will be at Royal Portrush. So this is where the course is in real life. We have a soft course, normal green, link style rough with strong winds from the southwest. So just to recap the first half year of the early 2010s, 6 winners: Justin Thomas, Ali Robertson, Bobby Jones, Dustin Johnson, James Braid, and Brooks Koepka. A pretty good cornucopia of who's who. I mean, a lot of people know who Justin Thomas is. Ali Robertson, not so much unless you're a golf historian from Scotland. Bobby Jones, legendary for the Masters. Dustin Johnson, DJ, legendary player. James Braid, a decent player from the Earl days. And Brooks Koepka. You should know who that guy is. Those 6 guys won the first 6 tournaments and have done 6 of the first 12 automatic spots for the early 2010s to compete in Augusta at the year-end tournament, which starts on New Year's Day 2026. There are 6 more spots open, and we will have ourselves a major type of event. Just to let you know that if you take second place, you're not dead in the water. You will play in what they call the backdoors tournament. There will be 6 extra spots taken for a maximum of 12 runners up and all that. We do have 5 runners up because James Braid was runner up in January, but he won in May, so his runner up spot gets null and void, which means that it's one less spot for the runners up to worry about. The 5 guys you see: Gene Sarazen, legend for his double eagle or albatross in 1935 at the Masters. Young Tom Morris, you know about the Tom Morris saga for the British Open. Craig Wood, who's not that bad in himself. I think he won the 1934 Masters, didn't he? The first ever Masters. Bob Ferguson, great golfer that kind of looks like Eddie Geik. And Bjorn Olsen from Denmark, who did well. So we are going to do the British Open. Now, I know that the title says Take 2. Reason being is that I thought I had Royal Portrush for the game, but it wouldn't load. I was actually told that I had to go through Royal Portrush with the Open course. So basically, that's what happens. We are going to be watching first round coverage with Brooks Koepka, who's trying to go back to back and all that. Harry Cooper eagles the par 5 second, so -2 right off the bat. Alongside Johnny Revolta, not Travolta, Revolta. Mark Wilson eagles on 2, so I think almost everyone. Triple bogey by Willie McFarland right off the bat. Yikes. Eagle by Old Tom Morris on 2. I think 2 is going to be very much powerful. I think we'll keep our eyes on the second hole for Saturday. Russell Knox from Scotland doing his job. Royal Portrush, I believe, is in Northern Ireland, right? Yeah, I think it's in Northern Ireland. Francis Ouimet eagles on 2. Yeah, everyone's going to eagle the second hole, as it seemed. If you don't eagle the second hole, you're going to be cut. Just kidding. That would be cruel. That would be triples bogey for Gene Sarazen, the legend. Well, the good news for Sarazen is that he has that second place. Now, if you take second place, that's the worst that can happen is you be in the backdoor tournament. You can't lose that spot. Even if you suck the rest of the year, you will get a spot in the backdoor tournament. Triple bogey 8 by Bill Milhorn. How do you triple bogey at par 5? Yikes. Jimmy Walker, not so dynamite, triple bogey on 8. Old Tom Morris eagles on 12, so that's the second par 5 he's eagled, or 2 strokes below. 20 final triple bogeys. Patrick Cantlay eagles on 12. Henry Picard eagle. Johnny Revolta 500 par. The wind's going to the north. There's English triple bogeys. Guy that looks like Joe Burrow. Umat. Oh my God, he healed. A hole in one for Francis Umat. Give him the title. Actually, no, you can't give him the title. Holes in ones don't count. I know Bobby Jones hole in one. In March was it? Yeah, in March. On the Saturday. I gotta check that out. Daniel Berger triple bogeys on 12. We should be able to get to Koepka. Is he near the end or? Oh, Brooks Koepka's on the final. Brooks Koepka's in the final grouping to start. So yeah, so everyone will be on the course once, and that was not on purpose. It was randomization. I know that. Okay, so the early 2010s. Next week it'll be the 70s, 90s coming to Portrush, and then it's the 40s, 60s, and the 80s, 2000s. And there, because there is a fifth Thursday in the month, which is July 31st, so the four main tours will have to buy the L Red Sox fan group, the one that had Dave Little and Dwayne Martin. They will have a new guy in, from the cut 18. It will be stroke play. It's got pure C triple bogeys. So what does that mean? It means that there will be another guy who will join, of course. And I believe the 70s, 90s will get the next guy. Yeah, Ed Dudley. Dudley the Dragon. Yeah, so the 70s, 90s tour, which plays next week, they're gonna get the new guy. They're gonna get the new Al Red Sox fan guy. If it's Little or Marks, then obviously it can't be. Percy Ellis with a triple bogey. Percy, the father of Peter Alice, who is a BBC icon for doing the open stuff, and alongside Steve Ryder, also good for BBC. In case you need to know, Nicole Sartz doing a good score. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Patrick Reed, Chick Evans, and Brooks Koepka. Reed, yeah, everyone hates Patrick Reed because of his cheating. Chick Evans, ooh, that's close. You got to be careful of the boundaries. Koepka, trying to go back to back. That's just down the middle. Ouch! He flipped it. Reed. Yeah. Yeah. It's a tough opening shot. And the wind's not going to do anyone any favors. A lot of the birdies, nice at the lead. A lot of the birdies were actually on when the wind was actually to the southwest, not the north. So I think there's going to be some changes. Perceptions. Apart. Off by a foot, so he'll reach apart. No, he'll both. Check the bogey. I got this 3-pack, if you will, on to 2. 559 yards. Lots of bogeys. Yeah, I think with the wind changing a bit. British Opens are always known for the nice job by Reed. You guys can't get a bogey. I mean, eagle, chick. Let's chip up for a birdie attempt. Koepka. Into the bunker. From the bunker. Oh, that's a good shot. Ball still in trap. No, it's not. It's on the green. Okay. Chick does that. Koepka for birdie. Too much. Reed for eagle. 50 feet. Oh, he tabletopped it. No bird. It's all good. Chick for birdie. He overshoots it. Okay. Yeah, we'll just do the front 9 and then just leave everyone. Chick Evans. Nice shot. He's on the green. Kepka. Breathe. Might as well lag. That was a terrible lag. 40 feet, he'll lag. For par. Bogue. Oof. For bogey. Up and over. Okay. Yeah. This is playing like a par 5, but it's supposed to be par 2. Get that. Together. And kept that. For par. Read. Okay. They beat that. On to 5. Light rock. Anyway, to like naming these courts. Read up there. So below too much. Together. Might as well leg. Reed will leg, return 40 feet. Kepka is 40 feet, but that's the par, so he has to shoot it. Reed. Yeah, we're gonna. Yeah, +3 from Kepka. Fuck this shit. I am going to. We'll just leave it at that. So right now, we have -6 is your lead right now. Or it wins. That. All right, so we have the leads at -6. Top 20 is -3. We have Bobby Jones and Nick Colsaerts going toe to toe. Bobby Jones would love to win his second tournament. That actually would be more of a bust, if you will. So yeah, Bobby Jones would win his second tournament, but because Bobby Jones has already got an Augusta spot, he will not get the Augusta spot taken. It would go to the next guy, which would be Nick Colsaerts, who has been to Augusta winning a tournament, if memory serves me right. Yeah, so Bobby Jones -6, Nick Colsaerts -6. Yeah, if Bobby Jones were to win a second tournament, he gets the money. He doesn't get to trip to Augusta because he's already done that. So yeah, they've got that. And but worst of all, Bobby Jones would be disqualified for the rest of the year. Like he can't compete in the next 5 tournaments. So that's what we got. Johnny Revolta and Martin Keimer are both at 500 par. You know, this is from the earlies in the 2010s. So yes, so you know, that's the whole thing going on. So yeah, Revolta and Keimer, J.H. Taylor, Willie Park Jr., Max Smith, Henry Cotton, James Braid, and Tommy Armour, the first, are tied for fifth at -4. For Braid, no, for Braid, he's also won a tournament. So if he wins for the second tournament, um, you know that uh, that's the thing. So anyway, down at the bottom, Jimmy Walker, Not So Dynamite +8. Bill Melhorn, Billy Horschel, and Mark Leishman are all at 7 over par. There are no Canadians, so I can't really say anything too much about it. Any other guys that I really am surprised about? Not so much. All right, so next round, because you see in red, that's the people who would miss the cut. And in a normal stroke play tournament, it would be the top 70 in ties. So basically, that means that everyone you see at even par would make the cut, and we would have 77 guys. But unfortunately, because this is what we call a major tournament, it means that it's the top 40 and ties that move on. So we would have 54 guys qualify at 1 under or better. Brooks Koepka scrambled to get to 1 under par, so he would make the cut. Harry Farden would make the cut. Olson, who took second last month, would make the cut. Ricky Fowler, Louis Oosthuizen would sneak in, and so would Chris Kirk. People like Rafi Cabrera Bello, Walter Hagen, Rory McIlroy, DJ, and Ross Fisher would miss the cut by a stroke if everything goes according to plan. But let's not forget that this is only one round. So we got to find out where Olsen is. Olsen is at Group 9. So Fjordborn Olsen with Kuchar and Jimmy Adams will be the focus for the second round. Yeah, the second round will be focused on the runner-up from the previous month. So Olsen, Kuchar, and Adams will be your main focus tomorrow. So that will be what it has to be. Anyhow, I'm Jeff Diamond. Adieu.